All right, let's do it. We're diving into film noir today.
Oh, film noir.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, those classic black and white movies
Totally.
with the smoky back rooms,
Yeah.
the tough-talking detectives,
Yeah.
and of course,
Yes.
the femme fatales.
Oh, I love a good femme fatale.
Yeah, with secrets behind every
Yeah.
perfectly lined eye.
You got it. And we've got a stack of your sources here,
Awesome.
all about the history and
Mhm.
influence of film noir.
It's a rich history, you know?
It is, and I, for one, am so ready to uncover some of those
Yes.
cinematic gems.
Cinematic gems.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what I think is really interesting is that film noir, like the term itself,
Yeah.
literally means black film or dark film.
Right.
But it wasn't actually recognized as a
Yeah.
genre when these movies first hit the scene.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
It's like
Yeah.
they were pioneers
They were.
of this groundbreaking style,
Totally.
and they didn't even have a name for it.
Yeah. They were just making movies.
Yeah, exactly.
How did this happen?
This iconic style
Yeah.
come to be?
What were the influences?
Well,
Yeah.
it's really this blend of ingredients.
Okay.
Almost like a cinematic cocktail.
Ooh, I like that.
One key element.
Okay.
Actually, it came from overseas.
Okay.
We've got to rewind back to the 1920s,
Okay.
back to the silent era
Uh-huh.
of German Expressionism.
Oh, okay.
And these films
Mm.
were just so visually arresting.
I've seen some of them.
Oh, yeah.
They're very cool.
They use like distorted perspectives,
Mhm.
dramatic lighting, and this real emphasis on shadows
Yeah.
to create this mood of
Yeah, what is that mood?
unease and psychological tension.
Yes. Yeah.
It's eerie a little
It's
bit.
eerie.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
unsettling,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A little unsettling, but
but cool.
yeah, but cool.
But I can definitely see the connection to film noir.
Yes.
Like those stark
Yeah.
contrasts of light and dark,
Yeah.
that eerie, almost nightmarish feel.
Yes.
Like visually, there's a lot of DNA there
Yes.
that would later evolve
It makes sense.
into film noir.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence
Right.
that when a lot of those really talented German filmmakers
Mm-hmm.
fled to Hollywood
Yes.
during the rise of Nazism,
Of course.
they brought those
Yeah.
unique visual techniques with them.
Okay, so that explains the visual.
Right.
So then where does the story come in?
Well, you can't have film noir without a good story, right?
No.
The narrative backbone for film noir
Huh? Mhm.
actually emerged from,
Where?
well, it came from those gritty
Yeah.
streets
Yeah.
of hard-boiled detective fiction.
Oh, yes.
You know,
I love those stories.
The World of Sam Spade,
Uh-huh.
Philip Marlowe,
Yes.
those hard-drinking,
Yes.
world-weary detectives,
They've seen it all.
always caught
Right.
in a web of crime and corruption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can practically
Yeah.
hear the click-clack of a typewriter.
Yes. And smell the
Yeah.
cigarette smoke just thinking about it.
Yes.
So good.
And authors like Dashiell Hammett
Oh, yeah.
and Raymond Chandler
Yes. Yes.
were masters
He really were.
of this gritty realism they gave us. These morally ambiguous characters
Yes.
navigating this urban decay.
Totally.
And the lines between good and evil
Yeah.
were blurred.
It wasn't just black and white, right?
It wasn't just black and white. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't just about solving a crime.
Right.
It was about exploring the underbelly
Yes.
of society, you know?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, the shadows lurking beneath the surface of everyday life.
Okay, so we have the visuals from German Expressionism,
Right.
and then we have the
Yes.
storytelling
The hard-hitting, cynical storytelling
from hard-boiled fiction.
of hard-boiled fiction.
So it's almost like all of these things
Yeah, it's like
are coming together.
the perfect storm brewing
Yes.
to give birth to something
Yeah.
totally new and groundbreaking.
So cool.
And what's fascinating is that
Hmm.
this all came together in the 1940s,
Okay.
a time of
Yeah.
immense social upheaval and uncertainty
Right.
in the wake of World War II.
Right. So it wasn't just about entertainment. These
No.
films were tapping into.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
They were tapping into this collective anxiety,
Yeah.
a sense of disillusionment
Mhm.
and paranoia
Oh, wow.
that kind of permeated post-war American society.
So this is where we get to
Yeah.
Golden Age.
The golden age,
That's the film
the 1940s and 50s.
the 1940s and 50s. Okay.
That's the classic era.
Yeah. It's not just about the style.
Yeah.
It's really about
It's
capturing
about mood, the mood of an era.
of an era. Yeah.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay.
The war had just ended,
Uh-huh.
but the threat of nuclear annihilation
Right.
loomed large.
Right.
Traditional values were being challenged.
Yeah.
There was this sense that the American dream might be slipping away.
Right.
For
Right,
many.
for a lot of people.
And these anxieties
Yeah.
found a powerful voice
It's interesting.
in film noir.
Yeah. How art imitates life.
Yeah, it wasn't just entertainment.
Yeah.
It was a reflection of the times.
Totally.
It was a reflection.
And okay, so I'm starting to see how all of those anxieties really seeped into
Seeped in
Yeah.
to the fabric
the fabric of film noir.
of film noir.
So let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay, yes.
The key ingredients that make a film.
Like what makes it noir?
Noir, yes. So we've already talked about the visuals that
Mm.
German Expressionism influence,
The lighting?
the lighting, but what are some of the specific techniques
Oh, yeah.
that create that?
So in film noir,
Yeah.
it's about using darkness
Okay.
as a storytelling tool.
Okay, interesting.
Think chiaroscuro lighting.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So extreme contrasts between light and shadow,
Uh-huh.
often obscuring faces
Right.
or entire parts of the frame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it creates that sense of mystery,
Yeah.
a feeling that something is hidden,
Mm-hmm.
just out of reach.
Ooh, I like
And those shadows aren't just visual,
Okay.
they're psychological.
Okay.
They represent the secrets, the lies,
Wow.
the darkness lurking within the characters themselves.
So it's not just setting a
These-
mood.
Yep.
It's also reflecting the inner turmoil
Yeah, the inner turmoil
of these characters.
of the characters.
I love how that works on multiple levels.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the camera angles?
Oh, yes.
The camera angles in film noir
Yeah.
always make me feel a little...
A little disoriented.
Yes, like
Yeah.
I'm stumbling through a maze.
Yes, the Dutch angle.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that's what it was called.
a classic film noir technique.
Oh.
Tilting the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It creates that sense of unease,
Yeah.
of visual imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
It reflects the
Yeah.
moral ambiguity of the stories being told.
Okay.
Yeah, the world of film noir.
Yeah.
It's not straightforward.
It's not...
It's tilted,
Yeah.
skewed,
Yeah.
just like the characters' own
Yeah.
moral compasses.
It's like their world is literally off kilter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk themes.
Okay,
A
theme.
betrayal, right?
Betrayal, big one.
Big one.
Yeah.
It seems like nobody is who they appear to be.
Nope.
In film noir,
You never know.
trust is a dangerous commodity.
It is dangerous, yeah.
So why is that?
Well, betrayal
Yeah.
is woven
Okay.
into the very fabric of these stories.
Okay.
It goes back to that post-war disillusionment we talked about.
Yeah, right?
The world is no longer black and white,
Right.
good versus evil.
Yeah,
It's full of shades of gray,
right.
where even the supposed good guys
Yeah.
can be compromised.
Right.
And let's not forget the femme fatale,
Yes.
the alluring, enigmatic woman
Yeah.
who often uses her beauty and wit
Uh-huh.
to manipulate men
Yeah.
for her own gain.
She's a powerful figure.
She is a powerful figure.
Yeah. It's interesting. The femme fatale,
Mm-hmm.
she's both captivating
Yes.
and complex, right?
She is, yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
If she's a damsel in distress
Right.
or a spider
You're a villain.
weaving a web of deceit.
Exactly.
I love that.
And what's brilliant about the femme fatale
Yeah.
is that she challenges
Okay.
those traditional notions of femininity.
Mm-hmm.
She's independent,
Yeah.
intelligent,
Uh-huh.
and she uses her sexuality as a weapon.
Oh, wow.
She's a force to be reckoned with.
She is.
Yeah, and she often represents
Okay.
the anxieties men felt about women's
Right.
changing roles
Of course.
in post-war society.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get too deep into that,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's like a whole
We could talk all day.
another conversation.
A whole other episode.
Yeah, exactly. So let's name drop
Let's name drop.
a few of these iconic films
Yes.
from this stack you've got here.
I've got
Okay, so you've got
The Maltese Falcon
The Maltese Falcon.
and Double Indemnity.
Oh, Double Indemnity.
We got The Big Sleep,
Oh, yeah, The Big Sleep.
Out of the Past,
Oh, I love that one.
and Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, classic. Wow, what a lineup. I feel like we need to dim the lights.
Yeah, set the mood.
Yeah, pour a stiff drink.
Yeah.
Get into it.
Right into it.
So, out of all of these,
Yeah.
do you have one that you're...
I'm particularly drawn to Double Indemnity.
Okay. Yeah.
I find that film so,
Okay, what about Double Indemnity?
well, it's that story of
Okay.
an insurance salesman
Mm-hmm.
seduced by this manipulative housewife
Mm-hmm.
into plotting her husband's murder.
It sounds so...
Just so deliciously twisted.
deliciously twisted.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
what's fascinating about Double Indemnity
Yeah.
is how it uses voiceover narration
Okay.
to draw us into the protagonist's mind.
Okay.
Like that inner world
Yeah.
of temptation and moral compromise.
Mm-hmm.
We hear his thoughts, his justifications, and we kind of become complicit
Ooh.
in his descent into darkness.
Wow.
And then, of course, you have
Yes.
Phyllis Dietrichson,
Yes. Phyllis.
the ultimate femme fatale.
Right.
She's beautiful, she's cunning, she's utterly ruthless.
That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah, I can see why you're kind of drawn to.
This is a one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It sounds like a really good example
It is.
of how film noir can be both entertaining
Yes.
and thought-provoking.
Yes.
It goes deeper than
It does.
just the surface level.
Exactly. It's not just about who do it.
Right.
It's about why they done it.
Ooh, the why they done it.
And Double Indemnity really captures that
Yeah.
internal struggle, that battle between desire and morality
Yeah.
in a way that few other films can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome, but
Oh, yeah.
we are just at the tip of the iceberg.
We've just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There's a whole world
Yeah.
of shadowy streets and
Yes.
morally ambiguous characters.
I can't wait to explore, but let's take a moment
Yeah.
to reflect
Yeah, reflect on what we...
on what we've uncovered so far.
Yeah.
I'm sensing there's a lot more to film noir than meets the eye.
There is, yeah.
I'm excited to keep going.
Me too.
Let's see where this investigation leads us next.
All right,
Right.
let's do it.
Yeah. Phyllis Dietrichson. I'm still thinking about her.
Oh, yeah.
From Double Indemnity.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Such a great character.
That icy blonde ambition
Oh, yeah.
mixed with that
The
charm.
deadly charm.
Yeah.
I mean, she just...
Yeah.
She's the ultimate femme fatale.
Totally.
And it's so interesting how she reflects
Yeah.
those anxieties about changing gender roles
That we were talking about.
that we touched on
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly.
You have this woman
Yeah.
who's not content
Right.
with that traditional
Like the house
affair, the housewife. That,
Right. She craves power.
Yeah.
She manipulates men to get what she wants.
Yeah.
And ultimately, she's willing to
To commit murder.
commit murder to
Yeah.
achieve her goals.
It's interesting because
Yeah.
on the one hand,
Yeah.
she's a product of her time.
Of course.
Right. Like reflecting those societal constraints
Yeah.
placed on women in the 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
she's also a very timeless figure.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Someone who embodies those primal desires for power and control.
Absolutely. I think
It go beyond.
that's part of what makes
Yeah.
film noir so compelling.
Totally, yeah.
It's that it taps into those universal themes,
Yeah.
these timeless struggles
Mm.
with morality, ambition,
Yeah.
and the consequences of our choices. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But it does so within this specific
Yeah.
historical context,
Right.
which adds another
Another layer.
layer of
Fit
depth
for-
and intrigue to the stories.
Okay, so let's explore some more of those historical connections.
Okay.
So we've talked about how film noir reflects those anxieties
Mhm.
of post-war America,
Yeah.
the fear of nuclear war,
Mm-hmm.
the shifting social landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did those anxieties
Yeah.
manifest in other iconic films
Yeah, like how did that...
from that era?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's take The Maltese Falcon,
Okay.
often
The
considered
first true film noir.
the first true film noir. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
On the surface, it's a classic detective story full of twists and turns,
Yeah.
shady characters,
Mm-hmm.
the hunt for a priceless statuette.
Oh, right, the Maltese Falcon.
Maltese Falcon itself, but beneath that thrilling plot,
Yeah.
there's this deeper sense of disillusionment.
And cynicism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Sam Spade,
Yeah.
the protagonist,
Yeah.
he's not exactly a knight in shining armor.
He's not. No. He's tough. He's resourceful.
Yeah.
But he's also morally compromised.
Yeah, he's willing to...
Bend the rules, yeah.
Yeah.
Even betray those closest to him
Oh, wow.
if it means
To achieve his goal.
achieving his goals, right?
And think about the setting.
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco,
San Francisco, a city.
shrouded in fog
Yeah.
and shadows.
Yeah. It's almost like a visual metaphor.
A visual metaphor
Yeah.
for the moral ambiguity of the story.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing is clear-cut.
Yeah.
Everything is shrouded in mystery and deception.
Right. And then at the heart of it all
Right.
is the Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, this symbol
That statue.
of greed and desire
Yeah.
that ultimately leads to betrayal and death.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm adding that to my watch list.
It's a must-see.
I need to see this.
Oh,
But I'm curious
Yeah.
about The Big Sleep.
The Big Sleep?
I've heard it's incredibly complex.
It is.
With a plot that's really hard to follow.
It's famously
Not really.
difficult to follow.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's
What is that?
The Big Sleep
Yeah.
is a film that truly embraces
Okay.
the labyrinthine nature of film noir storytelling.
Okay, so
It's layers upon layers
yeah.
of intrigue, double crosses, and hidden motives.
Wow.
I mean, even the characters themselves
Right.
seem lost
Yeah.
in this haze of cigarette smoke
Yeah, yeah.
and moral ambiguity.
And then, of course,
Right, you have,
Humphrey Bogart
yeah,
as Philip Marlowe,
Philip Marlowe.
the iconic private investigator.
Yeah, he's the epitome of that.
Yeah, he's so
Cool, detached,
Yeah.
but somehow still honorable detective
Yeah, he's like
navigating that
Yeah.
seedy underbelly of Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's the ultimate.
And Bogart just embodies that world weariness,
Mm-hmm.
that cynicism
Yeah.
that's so essential
To film noir.
to film noir. He's seen it all.
Right.
He's disillusioned
Mm.
by the corruption and violence he
Wow.
encounters,
Yeah.
yet he still clings
Oh, it's interesting.
to a sense of justice,
Yeah.
even if it's
Even if it's flawed.
flawed and compromised.
Yeah. So it seems like
Yeah.
a common thread through all of these films
Yeah.
is this sense of disillusionment
Mhm.
with the American dream, this loss of innocence,
Yeah,
realization that the world is not what it seems.
absolutely. You're right on. And out of the past,
Yeah.
another classic from that era
Okay.
takes that disillusionment
Yeah.
to an even darker level.
Oh, wow.
It's a story of a man
Okay.
haunted by his past,
Yeah.
caught in a web of deceit and betrayal.
The past is never truly past
It's not.
on these movies.
It's always lurking in the shadows,
Yeah.
shaping the present,
Right.
driving the character
Yes. Towards their fate.
towards their inevitable fates.
It's like they can't escape.
Yeah,
this.
it can't.
Yeah.
And the past is such a powerful force
Oh, yeah.
in these stories,
It's always there.
often represented
Yeah.
through flashbacks, fragmented memories, those haunting voiceover narrations
Yeah.
that draw us into the character.
Right into their mind.
Inner turmoil, yeah.
Yeah.
It's as if they're trapped in this cycle
Oh, wow.
of regret and despair.
Yeah. That's heavy.
It is heavy stuff.
But I think that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah, it's not just entertainment.
No, it's a reflection on the human condition.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about those struggles with morality,
Our tendency to
our tendency to
make
make
bad choices.
bad choices, yeah.
Our inability to outrun our past.
Yeah, and let's not forget
Right.
the visual language of these films.
Oh, the visuals.
Those stark contrasts of light and shadow,
Yeah.
the off-kilter camera angles,
Yes.
the smoky atmospheres.
It all adds to that feeling of unease.
Yeah, that sense that something's not quite right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about
Yeah,
the classic visual elements of film noir.
the classic elements.
I'm curious how those techniques have evolved over time.
Oh, interesting.
You know, we touched on neo-noir earlier.
Yeah,
Those modern films
that draw inspiration
that take inspiration from the classics.
from the classics.
But how do they update that visual style
Oh, good question.
for a contemporary audience?
That's a great question. So
Yeah.
neo-noir films often retain those core elements.
Okay.
You know, chiaroscuro lighting,
Uh-huh.
dramatic composition,
Mhm.
but they also incorporate modern filmmaking techniques,
Okay.
color palettes, and visual effects
So they're
to create a new kind of atmosphere,
taking those elements and then modernizing them.
modernizing them, exactly.
Give me an example.
Okay, so think about Blade Runner,
Okay.
a film that blends film noir
Okay.
with science fiction.
Interesting.
You've got that classic rain-soaked, neon-lit cityscape.
Oh, yeah.
A lone detective grappling with existential questions.
Right.
And of course, a femme fatale
Of course.
who's both alluring and dangerous.
Ah, I love it.
But the visuals,
Are
heightened, stylized,
Yeah.
reflecting that futuristic setting.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I can totally see how
Yeah.
those classic noir elements like
Mm.
shadows and moral ambiguity
Yeah,
would translate really well to a dystopian future.
absolutely. Yeah.
What about a more
Mhm.
contemporary setting?
Oh, yeah.
Like, are there neo-noir films that take place
Totally.
in, like, present-day Los Angeles?
Yeah, L.A. Confidential,
Okay.
a neo-noir masterpiece.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example.
Okay.
It captures the glamour and corruption
Yeah,
of 1950s Hollywood.
but it does so
But it does so
with a modern sensibility.
with a modern sensibility, using vibrant colors,
Oh, wow.
dynamic camera work,
Mhm.
and a really complex, multi-layered plot.
Ooh, I like it.
that keeps you guessing
Yeah, the twists and turns.
until the very end.
Okay, so neo-noir can be both.
Yeah, it's like,
A homage to the classics
yeah,
and a reinvention of the genre.
it takes those core elements
Yeah.
of film noir,
The visuals, the themes.
the visuals, the themes, the characters,
It updates them.
updates them for a new generation.
Yeah,
And what's so exciting
yeah,
is how those elements can be adapted
yeah.
to different genres, settings, and time periods.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a
It
testament
speaks to the power.
to the enduring power of film noir,
Yeah,
that it continues to inspire filmmakers
yeah.
in such diverse and innovative ways.
I'm getting a whole new level
And
of
it-
appreciation for film noir.
Yeah,
Like, it's not just
it's more than,
about those classic black and white movies.
yeah, it's
but
about
it's about a style.
a style, a mood, a way of seeing the world,
That transcends
Transcends-
any
genre or specific genre.
time period.
That's the beauty of film noir.
yeah.
It's a genre that keeps on giving.
The more you explore,
Yeah, the more you explore,
the more you discover,
Yeah.
the more those shadows reveal their secrets.
they reveal their secrets.
I like that.
And I have a feeling
Yeah.
we're just getting started.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of cinematic treasures
I know. I'm so excited
waiting to be unearthed.
to keep going.
Yeah.
But before we venture further
Yeah.
into this labyrinth
This labyrinth of
full
intrigue.
of intrigue, let's take a moment.
Take a moment to gather our clues
Yeah, reflect on the connections.
and prepare for the final act.
Yeah,
It's our,
I always say
Yeah.
the best part of a mystery
yeah.
is that moment right before
Okay.
the truth is revealed.
Yeah.
That delicious anticipation as all the pieces start
Yeah.
to fall into place.
I love that feeling.
Yeah, let's savor that moment.
Before we unveil
Yeah.
the enduring legacy
Ah.
of film noir.
All right, so let's recap.
Yeah.
What are some of the key insights we've gathered so far?
Okay, well, we've seen how film noir emerged from this unique blend of historical influences.
Right, like German expressionism and
Yeah, those visually striking techniques of German expressionism
yeah,
meeting the
the gritty realism.
gritty realism of hard-boiled detective fiction.
And it's not just about style.
No, and not just
It's really about those anxieties
Yeah.
of post-war America, right?
right, that time and place,
Yeah.
grappling with disillusionment.
Shifting social norms.
Yeah, those shifting social norms.
Yeah.
The threat of nuclear war.
The looming threat.
Yeah, that looming threat of nuclear war.
It's so interesting how all of those anxieties
Yeah,
make film noir so enduring, right?
exactly.
You know,
Like, it's those anxieties,
Yeah.
those timeless struggles.
why does a genre born in the 1940s
Yeah.
still resonate
It's fascinating, isn't it?
with audiences today?
Yeah, wired
What makes those shadowy stories and
Yeah.
those flawed characters and those moral dilemmas so captivating?
Well, I think it's because
Yeah.
film noir taps into something
No.
fundamental
Mm.
about the human experience.
Okay.
Those themes of betrayal,
Yeah.
corruption, the allure of temptation.
Right.
Those are timeless struggles
They should.
that transcend any
Any era.
specific era, yeah.
So it's not just the nostalgia,
No.
right? It's not just about the trench coats.
Not just the trench coats and the fedoras.
Yeah, and the smoky back rooms.
Although those are pretty cool.
They are cool.
Yeah.
But it's deeper than that, right?
It's deeper, yeah.
It's about,
It speaks to our own anxieties,
yeah,
our own
moral complexity.
little complexities, exactly.
I mean, we live in a world
I know.
saturated with superhero movies
Yeah,
where good always triumphs over evil.
right. Clear-cut good and bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet here we are, still drawn to those.
Those morally ambiguous
Yes.
anti-heroes of film noir.
The detectives who operate in the shadows
Right.
bend the rules.
Yeah, we crossed the line.
They cross the line sometimes.
Yeah. What does that say about us as viewers?
Well, I think it speaks to our fascination with
Yeah.
complexity.
Okay.
You know, that life isn't always black and white.
There are shades of gray.
Shades of gray.
Yeah.
We're drawn to stories
Yeah.
that challenge our assumptions,
Okay.
that force us to confront uncomfortable truths,
Hmm.
that make us question
Yeah.
our own moral compass.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So film noir is not just about entertainment.
It's not just about entertainment.
It's also about challenging our perception,
Absolutely. Yeah.
making us think critically
Making us think.
about recognizing those shadows
Yeah.
within ourselves.
It's a reflection
Oh,
of
that's all.
ourselves. Yeah. We're kind of wrapping it up here.
Yeah.
So why is film noir so relevant today?
Well, I think
Yeah.
in a world where
Yeah.
information overload
Yeah.
and simplistic narratives often dominate,
Right.
film noir forces us
Okay.
to slow down,
Yeah.
to look closely,
Mm-hmm.
to pay attention to the details,
Yeah.
to question
Yeah,
what we see and hear.
Okay, it's almost like
Like those.
those chiaroscuro lighting techniques.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like look beyond the surface.
Yeah.
What's hidden in the shadows
Yeah.
can be just as important.
Can be just as important, if not more so,
Yeah.
than what's illuminated in the light.
I mean, I'm starting to see film noir everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, like in the visual style of modern thrillers,
Oh, interesting.
like in those complex characters of
Yeah.
prestige television,
Yeah.
even in the way we grapple with moral dilemmas
I
in
love that.
our own lives.
That's the power of film noir.
Yeah.
It's like,
Once you recognize those
once
elements.
you start to recognize those elements,
Yeah.
you see them everywhere.
The shadowy visuals.
The shadowy visuals,
The cynical dialogue.
the cynical dialogue, the morally ambiguous characters.
Like it unlocks.
It's like a secret
secret.
code
Yeah.
that unlocks a deeper level of understanding
About,
about storytelling, about human nature, about the world around us.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm officially hooked on film noir now.
I'm glad.
Where should I go from here?
Well, I would say
What advice would you give to someone?
start with the classics.
Okay.
Pick a film
Yeah.
from that golden era,
Okay.
like The Maltese Falcon,
Mm-hmm.
Double Indemnity,
Mm-hmm.
The Big Sleep.
Okay, so immerse
Immerse myself in that
the
world
classics.
of smoky back rooms and cynical detectives.
But then what?
Then, once you've gotten a taste of the classics,
Okay.
start exploring neo-noir.
Okay.
See how those core elements
Mm-hmm.
have been reinterpreted
Okay.
and reimagined.
In modern film.
In modern films, yeah.
But is it just about movies?
It's not just about movies.
Are there other ways to?
There are books,
Yeah.
essays, documentaries
Okay.
that explore the history and evolution of film noir.
Okay.
There are film festivals
Oh, cool.
dedicated to showcasing classic and contemporary noir films.
Wow, I had no idea.
There are even online communities
Oh, wow.
where fans gather
That's awesome.
to discuss their favorite movies, analyze themes, share recommendations.
It's like a whole world
It's a whole world,
of film noir to explore. It's
Yeah.
not just watching movies.
a whole genre,
It's understanding a genre.
a style,
It's
a
not.
way of seeing the world.
That's both timeless and fascinating.
Exactly.
Golly.
I love it. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll even start to see
Oh, wait.
those film noir influences
Yeah,
in your own life,
that would be cool.
in the way you perceive the world,
Okay.
in the stories you tell,
Yeah.
in the choices you make.
Wow, this has been amazing.
It's been fun talking about film noir.
It really has. Thank you so much.
Yeah. For this deep dive into film noir,
You got it.
I feel like
It's a fascinating genre.
my eyes have been opened to this whole world of
Yeah.
cinema I didn't even know
I know. It's amazing.
existed.
It's so rich and complex.
It is. So for you, dear listener,
Yeah, for our listeners.
we hope this deep dive has illuminated
Yeah.
those shadowy
The
streets
shadowy streets.
of film noir
Mm.
and left you with a newfound appreciation
Yeah.
for this genre that is both
Timeless.
timeless and captivating.
Timeless and captivating.
Go forth and explore
Go explore.
those cinematic shadows.
Yeah, and remember,
Sure.
as they say
Yeah.
in those classic films,
Yeah,
it's a wicked world out there.
it is.
Be careful.
All right, that's it for this deep dive into film noir.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you next time.